Well, this week turned out to be quite the cluster. As per the norm lately, nothing about this week went as planned. My boss apparently doesn't think that my riding schedule should be my top priority. The weather, of course, has not cooperated. We had snow and ridiculous winds, and starting to get a little windy today, but that's all right. Last night, I was up all night with a colicking horse, one of my older guys, but he is fine today. Luckily, he's up and happy. So that's good, but I'm exhausted, and it would be really easy for me to say I need a nap, but instead I'm going to stick with the plan, enjoy this glorious day, and get some riding in. So if you missed the first episode, this is Polo Drive. He is my young off-the-track thoroughbred who is going to learn how to become an eventer. And I am an out of shape, out of practice, adult amateur rider who hasn't really ridden in any consistent form in probably 6 or 7 years at this point. So we're the Adult Amateur Project, and we are on a mission to get in shape, learn some things, and do our first recognized event in January of 2027. The overall goal, I would say, is to take him down south for the winter next year so that we can immerse ourselves in the eventing world and take lots of lessons and go cross-country schooling and do some shows and basically just live out the dream that I have that I can't seem to let go of. I just feel like my time is running out. There is no perfect time to get started, and I have this young horse, and I just can't think of a better time. So I'm gonna get him groomed up, and we're gonna go do a little bit of work today.
I mentioned in the first episode that the first 6 weeks are all about fitness for both of us. I've only been on him a handful of times since I got him last year, and he has literally spent the last few months just hanging out in the pasture with his friends doing baby horse things. And I have been at my very sedentary job, losing all fitness and gaining a few extra pounds, including a very nice spare tire that seems to have attached itself to my midsection. My core is completely gone, so I do feel like I'm just flopping around, but that's the way it is right now, so we're basically starting from scratch. The goal for this first 6 weeks was to ride 4 times a week and hit the gym 3 times a week. Unfortunately, all kinds of things came up at work, and the weather didn't cooperate, and as usual, life got in the way. And I'm sure if you're watching this, you can relate. It can be really challenging trying to fit everything in, no matter how well you plan or how much commitment you have or how much motivation you have. Sometimes things just happen. And so I did my best. I rode 3 times this week, and I went to the gym twice and am going after I ride today. So I did pretty well. And next week is a new week. So hopefully it'll go better than this week did, and we will start getting some momentum. Today's ride did not go very well. I don't know why, but he was really not moving off of my leg, which he had been doing better earlier this week. And he just didn't seem to relax at all. He was very tight against me. So, and he spooked at a few things, which is strange because that was the first time I've ever had him spook on me before. But luckily, it's not exactly a huge spook. So it's doable, and we just moved on. I felt like I just couldn't get him to go forward in a loose manner today. It's not like he did anything bad, but he wasn't with me. He was paying attention to something outside, and I feel like he didn't take a breath until towards the end. So, I don't know why he was so tense, but, some days are just like that. And some of the good things that happened was I learned that I can wave my arms around while I'm on him, and he could care less. I tapped on my helmet. He didn't care about that at all. And so that is good to know, because when I can actually start doing more things for myself, like balancing, and oh my God, I don't remember 2-point being so hard. So I'm definitely going to have to be working on a lot of that for quite some time, actually. God, my legs are wobbly afterwards. But he was a really good boy about it. So that is really good to know. And although there's a lot to work on and a lot of things that I was disappointed in today because this wasn't as good as the rides earlier in the week, but we ended on a good note, and so I will take it.
So was it the perfect ride or even a good ride? No. Was it the ride I hoped for? Also no. But the thing is, I showed up and we did learn some things and we finished on a good note. So I'm going to take that as a win for today. I'm going to graze him for a little bit and then put him back out and head off to the gym. So we'll see you next time. Bye.